Oh man, ain't that a good feeling? Battery's connected. And I forgot that the ignition switch was on, so the second I connect it, you hear the buzzer and everything go mee. But that means that the fuel pump came on. I don't smell any leaks. I don't see any leaks. So that's good. I'm going to run that a couple times to try and pressurize the rail. I'm going to hook up my my scanner and make sure that all the sensors are at least reading some kind of value. Tighten the belt, put all the fluids in, and we should be go for first start. Oh my god. Okay, test run. Here goes everything or nothing. Huh. Disappointment. That's what that is. Alrighty, time to get into the engine diagnostics. So, basics for an engine to run. We need fuel, we need air, and we need spark. Air's the easiest. Got yourself an air filter, air box, hose, everything's good. Throttle body opens. Snorkel's not full of debris. Okay, air checks out for the most part. For fuel, you can go on the rail here and take this off and put your Schrader valve in. When you turn the key and you hear the fuel pump prime up and you push the button, fuel does come out. But when you prime it and let it sit, no fuel comes out. So I don't know if air bubbles or if leaking or things. I don't know. Maybe the fuel pressure regulator isn't doing something, or maybe I don't know, stuff. But we do have fuel in the fuel rail, so that's a thing. Now I hooked up a spark, a test light, to the number one spark plug, had my camera run, and cranked it over a couple revolutions, and no light bulb blinky. So first thing to check on a Jeep Cherokee is the crankshaft position sensor when there's no spark. So she's located here. You got two wires coming down below, and you can kind of get a view down there. So, two things you can test with the CPS. Ohms, you should be between 125 and 275 ohms across the two terminals. The other thing is, when you're cranking with this disconnected and terminals inside, you should have anywhere from 0.5 to 0.8 volts AC when cranking. If you don't have either of those, your CPS is probably toasty. So, the ohmies right here is the easiest one to figure out. So we got it on the 400 range. So we're going to stick our finger dingers in the doobly-doo. Uno y dos. Like I said, okay, very nice. In. And look, no reading. Rotated it through all the finger dingers, and it's no bueno. Now here's the old CPS that I replaced about a year ago. I always keep sensors around for situations like this. So let's test and see if the old one was actually bad. I just kind of replaced it since it was in there. So we're connected, and look, we have ohms. 234. That is between our 125 and 275 range. We might be doing a CPS swap. Oh, dum-dum me. So with the proper swivelly wobblies and extensions, you can get them with the transmission still in the upright position. But one of the fucking bolts fell into the bell housing. So, I hope that's easy to get to. I'm gonna be sad if it's not. Upon further inspection of the crankshaft position sensor, if these are the exact same makes, you know, like body styles, they're not different from different countries, companies, whatnot. This one looks like part of it got snapped off. The tip was damaged. It's not round. I guess it kind of looks like a crack. So I think that is our problem. So let's see if we can fish that other bolt out and put this old sensor back in. So I got this inspection cover off almost. Well, almost. My exhaust is too close to that bolt for me to even get at it, and I ain't moving this exhaust. So I bend it out of the way, and if we come up here, there's the bolt. And the problem is, the gears are in the way with the washer, and I can't quite get it to come. It's stuck. So I gotta find an opening. I don't know if right there is big enough or what. Either that or I'll have to, I don't know. There's no way in hell I'm gonna take the transmission out for that bolt. Oh, sweet baby Jesus. I was lucky enough that the washer fell off a little and went crooked, and I could slip it through with a little magnet. So I was able to squeeze it out of that corner there. Thank God. All right, place your bets. Douchey start. All right, gentlemen. Moment of truth. Oh. Okay, so we have a vacuum leak, but besides that, shit is tight. Yes, motherfucker, yes! Oh my god! Oh my god! Ooh. Alright. Hooking that canister up to the intake here was not a good idea. Big vacuum leak. So I got this plug for now just for testing purposes. And I have this running to a T in the airbox now. So this is only getting airbox, vacuum, or pressure that goes to the engine. So that's nothing. So we'll see how that works if that's a better way to do this. Well, I guess that didn't last long. I knew the sound immediately. I heard the noises. Okay. Nothing terrible, though. It'd be nice to have an exhaust clamp on that thing to hold it in place. No damage, though. Pipe looks like it's still straight, so... yeah. Picking it up is gonna be a little difficult. Too bad I didn't bring my welding gloves. That's the only thing I didn't think of. Alright. So... I just got this thing back from the exhaust shop, so they did up a custom 2.5-inch exhaust for me all the way. So we got an O2 sensor welded in there. And it's bent, and it goes where it needs to, and we got our cat and our muffler and everything. So she's doing Gucci. Me likey. Very nice. Nice and quiet. When you get on it, you can hear it a little, but for the most part, it's quiet, and I like it that way. As for the stroker, oh man, this thing is a lot of fun. It's hard to explain. It's not like super seat of your pants, you know, face into the back of your skull fast, but it is a whole lot faster than it was, and it is more responsive. So when you get on it, you move. I do enjoy it quite a lot. I feel like I can keep up with traffic and even pass people easily when I need to. So this thing has more than enough power. Well, maybe not more than enough, but it has plenty of power, I should say. And it stays nice and cool. I mean, I am running 100% water right now, but temperatures never creeped over 210. I don't even know if they got over 200. And the heat's warm, which is interesting. The heat's really warm, but the actual temperature is kind of cool. So, nice. I'm very happy with this. I don't really see any issues right now. Everything is running good. Here's why I filled it with water. It's all brown, icky. We'll keep flushing that. I haven't got some Radiator Flush, so we'll keep doing that until the water comes out clean. After the third flush, the water finally came out clear. So now let's try this Radiator Super Cleaner and Flush stuff. So they recommend that you run water through it to get most of the crap out. Then you put this in with more water, and run this through, and then drain this out after a little while. Then you can put regular stuff in. So we'll see what this does. Alright, after running it for a few days, that's the coolant color. Looks a little yellow. Still clear, but it's got a yellow hue to it. So it's definitely browner. And this is just, whoops, in the reservoir. I don't even know what the radiator looks like. There's the brown stuff. So then we just got to run it with water to get the cleaner out. So we'll do maybe 1 or 2 more flushes of straight water, and then we can antifreeze it up. So, as the law of diminishing returns go, this was after the second flush, I believe. You can notice there's some particles that settled on the bottom. It was darker brown than that. So that's what happens is, you know, you run all the stuff and you're like, oh, the water's clean. Well, no, it's just all at the bottom of your system. This was after the third flush, and you notice it's cleaner. There's still shit at the bottom, but the water itself is clearer. I noticed the most stuff came out when the water was still hot and it was under pressure, and if you let the pressure out slowly, you could see a lot of brown crap come out. So I guess it just all settles at the bottom. So it ain't getting much better than that, so I dumped some antifreeze in there. Fitty fitty. So now, she ready to party. Me thank you. Yeah, boy. Okay, so I fixed a vacuum leak. Now my idle's down from 1100 to about 600 and some, so that's good. That's the first problem. So I took the battery cable off and held it against the positive side for a little while to drain the ECU, hooked it back up. Now it's on a fresh start. First attempt with no intervention.